Tales of Taram, we're back with the third part of this session. It won't be too long now. We're still here with everybody, it seems, unless anybody has to leave. Anybody gotta go?
Good.
Let me know when you have to go, and then I'll put the XP and everything in chat. Good job on that devil, guys. You guys did really good on that fight, I gotta say. You were so close to fully beating it, instead it retreated. So you did good. You're only gonna get half the XP, though, as I stated, because it retreated. I know that sucks, but it's my rule, because I don't want my characters to come overpowered just by making people run. Unless you had, like, defeated its body and it retreated, because that's what it was going to do, then you would have gotten full XP. You were about 40 away from doing that, though. You guys did really good damage. You guys did good against the boss fight that I basically put you in. I've just had the rest of the group tell me anything else they wanted to do. Not much else has happened besides Marius mentioning that maybe he should wait on getting his Great Rapier fixed and then have it quenched in holy water. Because technically that could work. And I've also put the rules for my holy water in our homebrew rule section, so now they know it. Basically, holy damage, depending on its tier, because I have 3 tiers of it, basic, greater, and grand, deals a certain amount of damage against undead. And for devils, it just negates all damage resistances and immunities for 1d4 turns. However, a cleric or paladin can only make the basic, unless they find a recipe that allows them to make anything else. Different ones have different doses, so like greater has 3 doses per vial, while a grand is a very small vial, probably even smaller than the basic, and it has 1 dose, but it can allow you to also, instead of using it to damage an undead or fiend, allows you to use a greater restoration spell without it being a technical magical effect. So, I think the best one there is greater, the middle one, just because you can use it 3 times to deal 18d4 damage to undead. But it only gives you... You can only use all the doses. You have to use all the doses once. Well, not all the doses once, but you have to use all the doses at once to use the lesser restoration effect on that one, just so you're aware. Anyways, and let me just mention, if you're going to try to quench a weapon and turn it into a holy weapon in holy water, you might want to use more expensive holy water than basic, because the chances of it becoming a more holy weapon goes up. Just so you guys are aware. Just so you're aware, okay? So, yeah. Anyways. So, as the group has found their way back to the tent city, I would hope, right? Okay. As the group has found their way to the tent city. Oh, let me just go ahead and add this into the rulings here really quickly. Clerics / paladins can still make basic holy water doses for 25 gold each. There you go. It just helps you out a little bit, you know? Because, so instead of having to buy it for 50 each, you could be like, I can make it myself. I just need the materials. Anyway, so, as you have found your way to the tent city at the end of the 2 weeks... Damn, I'm echoing off somebody here. I don't know. Zeus, you back?
Hold on.
Yep.
There you go, okay. As you found your way back to the tent city, rain begins to pour. Lightning strikes as night comes about. Fog pervades your vision. As you see the large boulder set upon this small tent city. It's been 2 weeks. They've started to set up more physical tents rather than just like quick tents. It seems they're actually getting ready for a longer time stayed here than they planned for. They're starting to build a small set of houses. Not many at the moment, but there are a few houses that have been built out of wood and stone. As you approach, the mines seem to have the doors open just a tad, and a few miners have walked in. You get the feeling in the last 2 weeks, and having talked with Yoletta for the few of you that have been here for a few days already, they didn't reopen the mines specifically, but they did send some miners in to start setting some stone back, because you did clear out a lot of the mine. They only got about halfway down before they found more trouble and just stopped moving down. At the moment, there's a small forward operations base. Halfway down the mine, the first half is clear. So, as you guys begin to approach the mine's gates, Yelena looks at you once more. Alright, this time, we're not going to send you with explosives, because that seemed to be the most damaging to your group in all. We have another individual who's gone beyond the forward operations base, about halfway down, and they are scouting for us to see if they could come back with any information. You'll realize who they are. They are quite eccentric, I believe. So you'll realize who they are if you find them out there. They haven't come back since last night, so we're fearing the worst for them. The magma chamber you warned us about, they did mention that the magma had settled down quite a bit. So you should probably stay out of that chamber, but it shouldn't become a problem at the moment, unless there's another earthquake. Oh, and that mantis corpse, thank you very much, by the way, for allowing us to keep it, for healing your friend's wounds and whatnot. I believe you wanted a little bit of its extract to possibly make acid or something, correct? Who was that who wanted that? Well, if no one's going to speak up, I'll just keep it.
I'll take it.
Alright, well, Jerry, she gives you a small pack, and it has 3 extracts of giant mantis. These do, they have 1 dose each, so you have 3 doses. They work like holy water, and when you throw them at somebody, you can deal, they work in the throwing kind of thing, like, fuck it, you can target 1 person with it, and as you throw it, if you hit with the attack roll, the target takes 2d6 acid damage.
3-6, I will take that.
Alright. Well then.
No one else wants it, I'm taking it.
You have 3 doses. There's gonna be no explosions this time. Is that clear?
That's fair. Seems to be more trouble than they're worth.
Yes.
I don't own any.
And if you find any more gold like last time, or any great ores, we ask that you don't keep them for yourselves, and instead return them to us. But, you know, maybe you might not find something, and may just happen to have something fall into your bag. Anyways, remember, we're still looking for that first group that disappeared. The person you did find the mantis was eating was a member of that group, though we could not find much on their corpse. We believe they did, however, go deeper into the deepest recess and never returned, just from what they had written in their journal. So we're asking you to go ahead and try to find out what happened down there.
Would anyone like to go first?
Nope.
Well, I guess.
Oh,
I'm
and
just
by the
gonna
way,
go-
just so you're aware, Reginald and a few of his group mates have already left the mine since we've quelled it a little bit. They've already headed towards Obsidian Town, so you will be working under me for right now.
Alright.
I'm just gonna wink and walk into the mine.
She looks at you with disgust.
Well, gents, I guess it's. Well, guys, I guess it's, better time than any.
So,
I
Is there
mean,
any
look at me with
preparation?
disgust. I was being really polite. It was a simple wink.
okay, half-breed. As you guys begin to enter the mine, is there any preparations you would like to make before you do?
Actually, so we should check before. We do have our lanterns on us, and I assume we still have the map.
Yes.
should
I will
check.
say they have fixed the map up a little bit. They have mentioned, they have put a few roadblocks. They put about 3 roadblocks, so like things that just, like heavy lines on the main pathway that seem to mention small gates they've made.
Alright. I guess we already
Alright,
have. Yeah, I guess we have some rations and some water already. I guess we could ask for an extra water skin or something. Might be useful.
Yeah, you guys don't have to really worry about food and water if I'm around. I mean, it's DM's discretion, but
You're in a
you
mine.
know.
We're not like
Okay, I
adventuring
mean,
for several
I
days.
find
It's fine.
ourselves in like a water lake. You know what I'm talking about?
It's a mine. There's
Okay,
not
fine.
really any
No food.
water. There's not any water places here specifically. There may be that they haven't dug it out yet, but there's no water in this mine.
Okay, so we've each got like one water skin, I
Yeah.
suppose.
I guess we realized we should probably bring a little bit more water. We have a bit of food on us, but I think we only have like a single water skin between us.
Well, we can provide it. Remember, any extra materials that you request of us are going to be docked from your payment.
In that case, I think just a small little tank. Just a small jug.
She pulls out a chug jug and just hands it to you.
All right.
That should get you
Okay.
through the mine. Unless you are a hydrophile.
All right. Well,
Is she being racist about tridents at this point?
There may be a little bit of racism, but she didn't mean it.
Alright.
all right.
Anyways,
So yeah, with
I hope that can keep care of you for the next few hours. There are 3 checkpoints on your way down the mine. If you would like to stop at them, you can request some materials from them. They will mention what you've requested from them as well.
all right. Well, with that, I think we're
I
pretty
don't
good.
think we've ever negotiated your payment yet, correct? We can do that when you
I don't think
return.
we-
We can do that when you return. Just remember, you're gonna have less if you require more aid.
Yeah. All right.
Let me understand this very clearly. Yes?
Mhm.
This mine is your life blood. Without it, you have nothing.
To an extent.
Am I
you can
right?
always open another mine somewhere else, but it would cost a lot more time.
And your people will die before you are successful.
My people, no. The people of this small mine area, they don't even care about this mine. We are going to head off to Obsidian Town. It's just the fact we stopped here so we're being kind to our old friends from, should I say, Shardward. To me and my friends here, we don't give a shit about this mine.
Okay, because I understand international politics and how much people bullshit. Can I insight check?
Yeah, you can insight check.
What's my insight again? Wait, I have proficiency in insight. God damn it. That's fine. And I closed it. God. Yeah, no, that's no good. Roll a 7.
7? She's hard to read. But from the information you've received from people of town, Yoletta and Reginald started to lead a group away after Sir Steelfeather took over the town through kind of strong-arming them by using their guardian, by making a deal with her. And you're not sure if she's telling the truth, but it seems like she's just trying to repay kindness to the town that she was once part of. But at this point, she's seemingly saying she could give it or take it. She spent too long here to either give up or to continue. So she's kind of teetering on the edge there, is what she's saying, but you're unsure if she's telling the truth.
I understand what you're saying. Very well. So this is a place that perhaps has some sentimental value.
Yes, and should I say, the tent city here is not Shardward. Shardward is west of here, but it is this mine belongs to Shardward specifically. And she goes, and just so you're aware, if you fail to finish this task today, within a timely manner, me and my group would just leave, and you could talk to Steelfeather about a reward.
I'm gonna look at the group and very quietly whisper 5%.
Oh, yeah, he whispered 5%.
Like continually 5%.
We can speak about your reward once you finish the job.
Well, if our sum of stats correct, I guess there's no use blabbering on any further.
Let's roll.
Well then. Goodbye. And she walks away as you guys begin to enter into the mine. Velis,
Yes.
roll me an Arcana check.
Gotcha. 4.
4. You guys enter the mine. As you guys begin to enter the mine, not but about 200 feet in, you start to see netting and steel cables that have been put against the roof to keep the collapsing roof, which had once collapsed because of you guys' explosive, from collapsing. As you continue down about 250 feet, you get past that first interesting way that you got out of the mine last time, that connected down about 500 feet. You eventually push past another 100 feet, about 400 feet down, and you get to the first block. It seems to be this large gate that has these large pieces of stone that reach up and grab into the roof, and as well as the ground. They seem to be large gates that can be pulled up and down. As you get to it, a few dwarves seem to be walking back up with some mine carts full of stone, and they go, "Hey, you need to get through. You're probably the ones you let us sent. Nice, let them through. Do you need anything before you continue on to the second gate?"
I think we've already prepped pretty well.
Hey. Alright, and they continue to walk past. There's a lot more dwarves here than there are elves. You maybe see 1 or 2 elves that are stationed at the gates, but not actually mining.
I will keep walking. I'll take point.
Alright, you begin to take point. By the way, the entire place down here is lit up well with magical light. So there is no darkness for anybody to crouch into, besides a few shadows. As you guys continue to move down, it looks like a functional mine. There's the railways have been replaced for the mine carts. You see hanging from the wooden supports that have been placed in here with the netting are small lanterns that give off magical lights. It seems very yellow in here. You see small rails of metal that continue down the edges of the cavern here, seemingly having been placed in, so that you see a few carts are actually placed onto the rails on the side of the tunnel and are pushed up and down that are filled with supplies. You see oils and lanterns that are filled in there and a few pickaxes. As you continue to move down, you see a few of them move past you, and a few dwarves riding in these side carts as they go down, and they eventually stop at hooks, and you see them flip a lever, and the hook continues to move them down. As you continue down, who here has the highest investigation score?
2.
Like bonus, I'll say, like plus bonus. So what are your plus bonuses to investigation?
Plus 3.
Gesh
So
has
it's
a plus
me.
3. What about you, Marius?
I got a 2.
Okay, Gesh, roll me an investigation check as you're moving down.
But this session hasn't been treating me well, it seems.
Wait, is your name a Nussi?
No.
What is it again? Acme?
This character, yes, Acne.
Okay. Zeus, why did it at you in playing the... What the fuck?
No clue.
What is happening with Lunabot? I don't know what's happening with Lunabot. It's better than Viber, at least. Anyway, so, what'd you roll?
A 5.
Alright, you're pushing your hand against the wall, and a part of the wall feels weird, and you go back up to it, and you push against it, it's just a wall.
Could I roll a history check for it?
You've already rolled an investigation check on it.
You should have told me that I could. If I could have used history,
You
it
couldn't.
would have been nice.
You can't. You don't know anything about this wall.
Well, the thing is, we also have stone cutting, which
I forgot about
work.
that. Yeah. So, what does stone cutting do?
Never mind. It's specifically stonework, and I don't think that would classify stonework.
What is it though?
I think with that it's more like statues or buildings.
Okay.
You understand, sure.
You guys watch as fuck, I forgot your name again.
Acne.
Agni goes up and he like presses against a part of the wall and just okay, and just starts to walk, starts to try and catch up with you guys.
Okay, I just want to make this clear. I do have my Cloak of Elderkind flipped up. I understand that the mine is well lit, but it's flipped up.
That's fine.
And I'm taking point.
Okay, so as you guys continue downwards, you get to the second gate, which is similar to the first, but a little bit more reinforced. As you get there, a few elves are looking from the top, and they go, "Ah, you let us at you. We'll let you through. Less miners further down if you want to catch one of the side carts to make your travel a bit quicker." At this point, the gate opened, and you see one side cart on the left side is stuck there. Well, stopped there. There's a dwarf who seems to be taking a few things out of the cart, a few oils and whatnot, and putting them off to the a few oil canisters that are, out of oil, and he puts them to the sides. And another dwarf comes up and grabs it, puts it in a cart, and goes the way you guys are coming from. He looks to you all. Hey, you guys need to take the cart down.
That is the plan, yes. And Jared will just jump in and pull out his crossbow. Sorry, his longbow.
Okay. Oh, Marius, we forgot to do the fucking roleplay between you and Gesh's character. That's right, I forgot. Sorry. We'll get to that. We'll get to that after the game, I'd say.
Yeah, no worries.
So, as you guys... as you guys continue to move down, now in the high-speed cart that goes maybe double your speed, 60 feet a turn, anybody want to... I'll ask this. Who's in the front of the cart?
Me.
Okay. Anybody that wants to can make me a perception check. Gesh, since you're in the front, you could roll it with advantage.
I can assist on that.
Well, he already has advantage.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
I said
gonna-
that.
So,
22.
Yeah, well then.
so anybody who wants to roll or give others advantage, you can.
10.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Gash a bardic inspiration. Gonna just whistle a little mining tune.
Gesh,
So,
go ahead and roll a d6. Roll a
another
d6.
D6.
Yeah.
23.
Okay.
I thought it was a D8.
All right. And Marius, are you giving advantage to someone?
Yes, I am. Just
Zeus, go ahead and roll again, Zeus.
Yay! Eight.
dude.
So,
Or
you
7.
guys passed by a wall in Gesh. Again, the wall seems weird. It seems clumpy and very... Just looking at it very quickly, it almost seems like it's recently moved Earth. But there doesn't seem to be a tunnel there from your knowledge, and as you start to pass by it, roll me an Arcana. No, this would be a nature check.
No, man. 15.
15. You're unsure what that means. It just looks like the Earth has been moved recently. Maybe one of the tunnels that used to be here or something that you're not sure because you're not looking at the map right now. That would be Shadowy's character. There may have been a tunnel here at one point that collapsed during the earthquakes. You're unsure. maybe they sealed it back up. You're unsure. Yeah, there's definitely something about the earth on that part of the wall you pass by very fast.
He would notify Shadry of that, so he can look if there is something.
Shadowy,
All right.
make me an investigation check on the map.
All right. Right. So would Geff be helping me by pointing it out where?
No,
Or
you
helping
just
one
Yes.
you get to be able to roll because he would have to move through the cart to get to you.
Oh yeah. All right. So that's a 10.
10. There seems to be no mention of anything on the map on the 2 points he told you about.
Doesn't seem to be anything.
That might be difficult in the future. I
Man,
have
I'm
a
over here
feeling.
like, do I want to put a purple worm here? Nah. Because I'm just thinking in my head, you guys moving very fast, the wind blowing through your hair, and then a purple worm appearing out of like the walls and like trying to chase you down. That's a cool scene in my head, but nah, that's not what's gonna happen. Don't worry. I was just thinking, should I change it to a purple worm now? Nah. That's just mean.
Oh, bring it, man. Let's go.
You think something must have been tunneling in there?
What?
Yeah, you said something about something moved Earth.
Yes, it's very weird.
At this point, the dwarf in the cart goes, "Hey, I'm about to make it. Might as well grab your items. We're about to get off this cart itself."
Okay.
Well, I will get out of the cart and draw my massive fucking sword and get ready.
So as you approach the third and final gate, it towers and completely engulfs the tunnel. And you see, here is where the most armored elves are. You see full-on plate mail. Whereas once they didn't wear plate mail, they wore half plate that was very shoddy. They are wearing full plate mail now. Though very shoddy and rusted plate mail, mind you. They have these large pikes, and they seem to have a few elves with crossbows, and they just seem to be all staring at this entrance. And as you approach, a few of them turn towards you. One of the people comes walking up to you. Give me a second to go to NPCs. He goes, "Ah! You guys! Velis, it's been a while. About 2 weeks now, huh?" No, you probably... And he pulls up the plate mail, like, face mask he's wearing. It's Jason, the guard. "So, how's your injuries going? You seem to be missing 2 of your friends. Ooh.
Do I know this person? I don't think I know this person.
No, this is just a random elf guard that walked up to your group, seemingly knowing your group. And he looks at you, Marius, he goes, "Ah, you're I'm not gonna mess with this one. He seems very big and strong and can rip me in two. So, hello, the name's Jason." This seems to be an elf, and he goes, "So, was it Yoletta that sent you again?"
Yeah, she told us that we better get our asses down here. Okay, to be fair, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but it's essentially get our asses down here and get the job done.
Yeah,
Because
she
we're
probably
out
was a
by-
bit more crude to you all. So, hopefully no more mantises pop out like last time. Anyway,
We can
They'll be
handle
bugging us.
that.
Hopefully they won't bug us anymore.
so I will mention. You know, never mind. Have at your way. No, I'm just fucking with you. Well, anyways, so I will mention we have been having a few half-grown mantises, like the children of the previous mantises, approach the gate and attack us. So we've been having to fend them off, and there have been flying weapons and rocks that seem to become sentient. I don't know what's going on down here, but there's some strange magic at work. Not to mention, it's hot as balls, and you guys finally noticed, like, you were on the fast pace, so you were nice and cool, but as you've been standing here, it is hot as shit down here. Probably from the magma chamber having opened up 2 weeks ago.
Would
So-
my character,
Yeah, go ahead.
would my character understand that this could be animate object or catapult?
You're not sure. but you do know that magic can animate certain objects. You're not sure what the spells are or how they work because you are a barbarian.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep silent and
But yeah,
be the silent barbarian.
he looks at your group. Is anyone here supremely covered in cloths and like not meant for hot weather here right now? No. Okay. Well, you all seem to be dressed somewhat appropriately. Just to let you know, by the way, it's like 60, maybe 70, 75 degrees next to the gate where it was like 60 going back up a little bit further away. Just to let you know, it's going to get extremely hot back there beyond the gate. So if you are carrying a lot, you might not want to carry as much. The magma has died down, so it's not quite deadly, but it is still hot as hell, just so you're aware. You have about, I would say, a few minutes jog to get to the final, area. That scout we sent yesterday never came back, so you may have a friend down there, you may not. But I would recommend, if you would take my recommendation as a person who's been here for a while, leave anything too heavy back here and we'll keep guard of it. And if you need it, come running back.
I do not think there is anything too heavy for us.
You're about 500
But
feet
thank
down
you.
from the. You're about 500 feet down once you pass this gate from the main chamber. Just so you're aware.
I will give a questioning look to the rest of the group. What are we doing?
Well,
I will be directly behind you.
Yeah, let's go on.
Maybe several feet back behind you.
Oh, and really quickly, you see the other guards aren't looking at the moment. Jason walks up to you fellas specifically, and he pulls out a small box and he hands it to you. This is thanks for saving my guard friend. You know, the one that's kind of helped in the battle a little while ago with the mantis. This is a special present for me. And them, of course. They pitched in.
Thank you.
They said thank you, and if you wish to talk to them, they're kind of not in the tent city right now. I think they went to... I don't know if they went to Obsidian Town or back to Shardward. They just left.
Should I open this now, or...?
I mean, if you wish to figure out what's in it, yes. But you can get going if you need to, because you have a job to do.
Right. I'll open it later.
Yes.
I would say you should give this fellows after we are done here so it doesn't get destroyed.
Well, I mean, it may help you in the job, so I would recommend keeping it on you.
Yeah, when the DM says that, I'm just gonna grab it
Yeah.
and stuff it.
It was given to Velis, specifically. Not you, Marius.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to overstep. I just didn't want someone handing it back.
Yeah. So as they're, like, about to hand it back, he's like, no, I think you should keep it on. And Marius, you're like, okay. Anyways, he goes, trust me, it's pretty nice. Don't worry about the price that we paid for it. Just a few months' salary. Anyways, you should get going. Open the gates. And you see the gates begin to... instead of like the sound, it goes... as they both open. And as you're standing next to the gates, as they begin to open, a heat wave pushes over you. I need Constitution saving throws from everyone. As it feels, as they open the gate, like it is 100+ degrees further down.
question, will I have advantage on this?
I will say, anybody who's not wearing armor of any kind has advantage.
No, man.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah, because armor covers up your body and makes it so it's harder to distribute heat properly.
Yeah.
I was thinking I have advantage on it because of fire resistance.
Oh yeah, you can have advantage on this too, Ragnos. So Zeus, are you wearing armor?
I am wearing leather.
So it's a Constitution saving throw for you, normal.
At 20 for 23.
You're fine. Marius, what is your? Are you wearing armor or no?
No,
No, you
and
sold
I
it.
got an at 20.
Okay. Did you roll with advantage?
Yeah, I rolled it then.
Okay, good. And
That
Gesh, are
advantage.
you wearing armor, Gesh?
Yes.
Okay, so roll.
Oh
And
no, I didn't get
So-
17
sorry,
for
buddy, I
me.
didn't get it.
Yes, you received a 17. You succeed. You don't
Oh
take
god.
you don't take any exhaustion. Marius, you succeed with a natural 20. Uh,
Actually, it was a 19. My fault.
well, a natural
I
20
looked
is
at shadows.
a natural 20 is an automatic success in my books, because it means it's the
Yeah,
best
but
possible you could have. Shadowy, you rolled a natural 20.
Yep.
All right, you're fine too. Compared to the fire that you were just in, that the devil made, this is as hot, but it doesn't burn because it's not actual fire. Zeus, what did you roll?
I don't want to tell you.
Really, look at the rolls channel.
Don't look.
Don't look. Don't look.
Zeus, what the fuck, man? At least it's not a critical failure, because you would need a natural 1 for a critical failure. You need a 15 or less to fit critical fail.
oh god, so he would double critical fail
Yeah,
then.
you would double critical fail. So, Zeus, as this wave of heat hits you, you're not used to this heat wave, and you feel it's hard to breathe. And as you guys push past that boundary, Zeus, you gain 1 point of exhaustion.
Fucking lose it.
As you guys begin to push down the mine, you notice it is almost completely darkened. There's very dim light here. They haven't expanded past the 3rd gate. They've used it as a boundary. And as you guys continue to push further and further, you get about 300 feet in, and you see to your left the magma tunnel, with its small glowing magma rocks still existent there. It seems the magma has receded as you look through, has receded through its channels somewhere else, and you can just see the small glowing cinders of where it once existed. Black rock with orange veins in it.
DM, seeing as the light has dimmed, may I attempt to stealth?
You may attempt to stealth, yes. I will say, once again, Marius has a 15 passive perception.
Yes.
Marius, you notice in the darkness a single rock that seems to poke out of this strange embered floor to your left in that offshoot. It seems to poke out about 3 feet above the rest of the floor. Though the floor isn't flat, it's like a little bit hilly. This one seems to poke out a bit more.
It's glowing. What color is it glowing?
This one is not glowing specifically. The floor itself has veins of orange and like lava-like magma in it, but it doesn't seem to be enough lava to overflow the area. It seems to be very little remnants of it. It's almost cooled off. Like when you think about molten magma cooling off into the blackened stone, and it has some of those veins still left in it, that's what it looks like.
Okay, seeing as I
And
rolled a
that
28 for
that rock that's coming up seems to be specifically above the rest, almost like a pinnacle.
Alright, seeing as I rolled a 28 for my stealth, I'm not going to give up my stealth.
Mhm.
Instead, I'm going to try and find cover, but I will direct the more arcane proficient within the group towards the rock. If they want to take my cue, they can.
Okay, so not
Yep.
Zeus,
There-
not
there's
Shadowy.
there's
Matt?
literally one spell cast in the whole group. It's me, and I'm not an arcane caster.
Hold up. I'm a bard.
Oh, that's right, you are a bard. Okay, so as you begin to point the group towards it, you look down, Mr. Infernal, and you see that piece he's speaking of, about 60 feet into the room, to the left, the offshoot.
Alright. So, looking at this strange glowing rock.
It's not a glowing rock. This is completely dull black.
That's just a black rock.
Yeah, and it's above the pinnacle of these other rocks that are down like 15 feet. It's a
strange
so it's
rock.
affixed to a pinnacle like situation. The rocks on the ground are all like at different elevations and whatnot, and they have the glowing veins of orange in them that are magma, but not enough to like coat an entire forest with it. Basically, it's just like what hasn't receded yet. And then there's this just like one central piece, like 60 feet in, that is just above the area. That would be like the pinnacle of the rest of them. It seems to stand out because it has none of these veins up in it.
Now, I guess not really trying to discern what the rock is at the moment. The one thing I can tell is, yeah, that rock is obviously special, and we should probably look around the room and try to discern the properties of the other rocks before we deal with that one.
The other rocks are magma. They are the base where the magma was sitting before it rescinded it into one of its tubes or whatnot. As I have mentioned 15 times.
Alright. So I guess seeing this odd rock, I'll get a bit closer to it, keeping my guard up, as I was feeling that things are about to go poorly.
Alright. So you're walking there or flying there?
I'm gonna fly up to it.
Okay. You begin to fly, and as you get up to it, you see that it is... this rock heavily encases a... not round, but a bulbous shape inside of it. You can't see inside of it, you can just see that it almost looks like an egg of sorts, but it seems to be a rock. That's the shape. An egg is the shape, kind of, but it's rough and rocky. It's not an actual egg, to your knowledge. As you're looking at it, you're not sure if it's an egg. You're not sure what it is. As you get close to it, if you'd like to make a perception check.
Sure. It's a 19.
Alright. It definitely isn't an egg. As you're looking at it, it seems to almost be... looking at it, maybe a mineral deposit?
I think it's like a mineral deposit. Could be valuable.
Okay. One of us has stone cunning, correct?
Yes.
Would that help in this situation?
Well, isn't it worked stone?
No, this is not worked stone.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That's what stone cutting applies to, so it probably would apply to this.
What about nature?
So you can roll nature to see exactly what it is.
Roll nature.
I'll say this, Ragnos, you do know that it is a mineral deposit. Wait, you're rolling nature, Marius. Okay.
Yeah.
As you start to describe it more and more, because this is on part of a volcanic chute, like a magma chamber, Marius, you start to think, and you have been near volcanoes in the past, and the direct or indirect deposits that are usually made near or around volcanic magma is aluminium, diamonds, gold, nickel, lead, zinc, and copper. Those are the common materials that are usually made by excess heat and pressure.
No, the runes that are on the ground, there are runes, or is it just...
What the fuck are you talking about, runes?
I wasn't sure. You said there were lines of magma on the ground. I did not know what they were.
Once again, for the 16th time, there is black stone, and whatever magma has not rescinded yet into the chamber deeper is left on the ground, creating these small lines of magma that is cooling off.
Okay.
Think about Minecraft magma blocks. Similar to that, but more blackened in color and less magma.
Alright, calm talk down. I gotcha.
Okay. I mentioned it multiple times, so I'm just kind of pissed off. But continue, sorry. But yeah, you're sure.
Yes. No, I've been drinking.
Looking
Anyway,
at it, it definitely is a mineral deposit from how he's describing it, and you're not sure which of those are going to be.
How big is it?
It's about the size of a closed fist of a normal person. So about
Okay.
maybe at most half a foot in diameter.
And I'm not wearing much right now.
Well, you're not up to it at the moment. It's 60 feet away from you, and there is still some magma in the chamber, so you're not sure if you can get to it. Ragnos is flying right by it, looking at it.
I'm gonna look around at the team and ask, does anyone happen to know that interesting little cantrip called Mage Hand?
I mean, I could just snatch it.
Telekinesis will help as well.
Alright. Well, yeah, I think the main concern is if you want to just take this thing, I could just snatch it and go get over there before some funky shit happens.
It will cover you. And I'm gonna take out my longbow and I'm gonna ready my action to shoot anything that tries to shoot me to get to my friend.
Okay. What level cleric are you, by the way, Gash? Gash?
I am level 3.
Okay, so you have access to second level spells, correct?
Yes.
Okay, give me a second. I'm looking up your spell
Uh,
list. Okay, good to know, thank you. Continue, sorry.
Awareness, it would probably not be a good idea to touch that rock directly, considering it is near, at least near a lot. It's a lot of heat around here.
Alright.
Cause did you ever touch a rock that's been sitting in the sun for an hour? That already hurts. I think if you touch that, that might not be very pleasant.
Alright. In that case, I'm gonna do the good old heat test. Put the back of my hand against it for a quick second.
Alright, as you put the back of your hand against it for a second, it does feel hot, but it's almost like putting your hand against a metal chair that's been in the sun all day. It's not too hot.
Too hot a metal chair. You would die if you would sit in a fucking metal chair.
So the point I'm trying to make here is you would take 1 point of fire damage because of your resistance. I'm giving you no points.
Oh shit.
Well, it's certainly a bit hot, but I think I could grab it. All right, I'm gonna see if I can take this thing off.
Guess I thought I said level 4 for you, so I'm sorry. Never mind.
You said level 3 because Royale's level 3.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, so this character is literally the weakest in the entire party. Not
Yeah.
only stat wise,
And that's
but
why you went
genuinely.
cleric, isn't it? You're like, I need to at least
No.
I need to at least be useful to the party.
Yes, at least be somewhat useful with healing.
So what are you doing, both of you? As you have a crossbow out and and you're touching the stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pluck it off. Of this
Make me an
relic.
athletics check as you try and pull it off.
Alright.
17 was the DC. You managed to pluck it off, and as you do, a bit of the stone falls off, and it's.
Oh, let me just.
What the fuck just happened? Oh, there you go. So, as you pluck it off, a little bit of the stone falls off and hits the ground. You look inside, and you can't really tell what's inside because of how dark it is in this chamber.
All right.
Meanwhile,
so,
Velos is
seeing
in
as
the
I-
back because he's near the hot chamber.
Help!
All right, and with this, I'm going. All right, screw this. I'm out of here. I've tested my luck enough.
Okay. As you hold your shot, Marius, nothing seems to apparate.
All right. I would suggest that we grab that rock.
He already did. He plucked it off and began to fly back.
Okay. Can I look around the rest of the chamber slowly and very carefully?
Sure, make me a perception check. Or a nature check, depending on what you're doing. Are you looking for creatures, or are you looking for just something about the nature of this room?
I would say I'll be looking for both. Nature is +7. Perception is also +7,
I will
so here we go.
I will say... Oh, wait, never mind. Continue.
So can we just take that one roll?
What'd you roll?
24.
24, nature? Yeah. As you look around the room, you don't see anything that really strikes out to you, but just being around this channel, even with the little amount of magma that's here, it seems to be, just looking at it, this channel seems to be a back channel that pushes magma back out and back into the channel as well. It is a reserve channel, and it is actively quite actively used, and you get the feeling this is a place of heavy arcanic power for those who use fire magic. Like, it boosts fire magic if you're in this small area, this chamber itself. If you wanted to clear out more of the actual channel for the magma and create a larger chamber, it would probably boost fire magic quite a bit.
I don't have any fire magic on me.
I'm just saying your character realizes that.
Would I know my companions well enough to know that they are using fire magic by now?
I don't think any of your crew has fire magic.
Hello.
Oh, you do?
I mean, Shale's Flame.
Yeah,
That's the closest
true.
thing I have.
But he hasn't seen you use that.
Well, I did have my hand coated in that crimson
It was
fire.
still completely black and dark, and then you threw it away, and then darkness disappeared. You know, after you hit with the sword.
I'm just going to file that fact away for later in case it becomes relevant.
Okay, no problem.
And back away slowly with my bow drawn.
Alright, so, as you guys bring the small boulder out, and you begin to take off some of the rock from the outside, I just need a general nature check from one of you.
I would say from Marius.
Marius, as you begin to take off some of these rocks and you take some of the stonemason's tools from Gesh's character, begin to chisel them away, showing him where to hit, and kind of guiding them rather than doing it yourself. You eventually pierce away the outer rock area, and you see the pressure from the magma probably created this. A fist-sized, maybe half a fist-sized, so maybe about 3 inches wide diamond.
Oh,
of
God.
uncut rarity. This diamond, I would say, not Marius, because you're not used to, like, diamonds and shit, probably. You're not probably, like, a jewel seller. I would say maybe you, Gesh, because of your stone cutting. Go ahead and make me just a general intelligence check, or persuasion check.
General, intelligence or persuasion?
Actually, or you could have Mr. Shadowy roll an Arcana check.
Terry, what's your Arcana?
It's a +2. A mere +2.
Okay, I have the same for persuasion. I'm a roll persuasion.
Okay. Just to let you know, Arcana would have been, like, based on spellcasting knowledge, while this is based more on merchant knowledge. Because you've been alive for a while, Gesh.
It could still be something... Yeah, and my character knows some things about arcane magic, so something
Not
could
really.
at least...
You're a divine caster.
But, yeah. 15.
You do know that this probably, at a normal market, could sell for, this diamond specifically, could probably sell for, when it's cut, well, sorry, because it's uncut right now, could probably be used as around a 300 gold piece diamond. If it's completely cut and perfectly made, it probably will be cut into multiple diamonds, like maybe 2 of them, probably worth about 200 each, so probably the max it could be worth is 400 to your bizarre knowledge, rather than Shadowy's. Shadowy, I'll just say roll me an Arcana check for the heck of it.
Alright. See
No,
what
he
I can
rolls-
tell about it.
No, he gets in at 20.
If he gets a nat 20, I'm giving him a lot of information.
Alright,
Honestly,
27.
Shadowy, this could be sold. It really depends on the mage. If they're trying to experiment and need like a clear lens made of diamond, this should be made into one. It could be sold as a diamond itself for spell components. It could range anywhere from, depending on how much the person is willing to pay for it for their rituals or spells or whatever they're doing. It could pay from like diamond dust worth at least 100 to anywhere like 10,000 gold worth of certain things. You're not sure the exact amount, but in rough estimates, a mage who would file this down to a single diamond for use could probably use it for a spell component worth about a diamond that's worth about 1,000 gold. If they were very careful. It really depends on who you get to cut the gem.
That's a damn nice diamond. Looking around the room. I guess, yeah, looking around the room. Yeah, I get that this room is probably pretty odd, but could I discern?
Well, that's an offshoot. So, like, you guys are in the main, like, spiral down, but as you look towards the magma chamber, once again, it is a magma chamber. It is meant, just looking at it for you, seeing how it has receded into the chamber itself and farther away, you get the feeling that it works as a holding chamber for magma. And just looking at it, maybe it comes back into here, but you're unsure.
My friends, these sort of situations, they ebb and flow, if you get my meaning. I suggest we take what we have found, keep quiet for now, and come back at a later time.
Sure. Something about this room just, I don't know, man. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Something's off about it.
Quick question: is there another? I know there are multiple tunnels going into the room, but is there any one obvious one?
No.
That...
This is a single offshoot of your main spiral going down, and it just continues straight down. Like, there's just a single pathway into this room.
Okay, my bad. Let's go down.
But you can go down the spiral instead of heading into the magma room. Which is the way you should be going, mind you.
Yeah, no, I'll just flip my cloak up and head towards where the logical conclusion is.
Okay. So, as you guys watch Maris stealth again and begin to move down the tunnel, do you follow?
Sure.
And who holds on to the stone?
Yeah, I'll be holding on to it.
Sure. Okay. So, as you guys begin to move down the tunnel, you eventually come to this large entryway to another mine, where you can see rusted minecart tracks that seem to head down this spiraling... So it opens up, and then there's another large cylinder room that you guys are in, that it spirals down. You see this large area that spirals down to the left, going down in a spiral all the way around. You can see multiple tunnels that offshoot from this, from the wall of this cylinder. And you can see at the very base, there's many different platforms, like small walkways that shoot between the different areas of the spiral. There's small little plateaus that have been made in here. It is a huge mining system right here. There are carts of stone, there are carts of ore that are just surrounding the place. Dead bodies and pickaxes everywhere. Old lanterns that have been off for who knows how long. And the room is almost dark, but there's this vibrant yellow dim color that pulses from a single rock at the very base of the cylinder, at the very, very bottom, about 750 feet down. Or even more, you're not sure, but that's just the rough estimate. As you look, you can see that it falls all the way down. There's stalagmites on the roof, and there seems to be that one stone that is pulsing yellow.
I will look at the team, and I have a suggestion, but I'm going to let everyone else speak first.
So Maris, do you have a so hold up. Yeah.
Sorry,
So
I
Jaren, I was thinking you seem to be a bit more inclined as to the ways of nature than the rest of us. I was
if you
simply
want me
wondering
to give you, if you want me to give you a suggestion, I say that that rock, that is the mantis nest, or at least if we attempt to do something to it, we will be kicking the mantis nest. Yes.
I guess that's fair.
How
Well,
many torches do you have?
I have about 10.
It's at this point, all of you feel the ground begin to shake as an earthquake begins to happen. As you begin to look backwards, the tunnel that you once came down, rocks slide and block your passage out of here. Cracks form on the main mine shaft in different parts. You see parts of these large bridges of wood, parts of them crack and fall, hitting the ground. A mine cart falls from one, and it goes out. You see that pulsing slows for a second. It continues to pulse at a slower rate.
Do we see any mantises at this point?
You see no mantises.
Well,
The only mantises that you actually do see are two. Completely dead ones at the very bottom, decapitated. With large pieces of metal and stone sticking out of them from the ground. As if the ground itself spiked up and pierced them.
wait a minute. The ground, that glowy thing slowed its pulse when everything collapsed.
What are you guys doing?
All right, so that's 700 over feet away from me right now.
Mm-hmm.
And could I get within 320 feet of it?
You would have to move a high amount down. Or fly with your friend's help.
I don't. Can my friend carry me?
I don't know, can he?
I have about 16 strength.
I would say yeah. It would be hard. He'd have to keep making athletics checks to hold on to you.
And I'm gonna be really high up in the air while this is happening.
I couldn't figure out how to carry you, but I could carry you, dude. But I might slip, so I don't know if it would be worth it, especially considering how high up we are.
There's a couple of ways around that. Let's say I do have rope. There's no doubt about that. So I can
Rope?
connect myself to you.
At this point,
Uh,
Bellis,
and that's just 100.
the
Huh?
heat isn't affecting you anymore. Your exhaustion disappears. The entire room is cold.
Is there a ledge somewhere that I can safely get within
It's like a good
300?
4 feet ledge. About 7 foot ledge that spirals down.
Okay, I'm going to, with my longbow out, quietly stealth down. Do I need to roll stealth?
Yeah, roll me a stealth check.
Oh my god. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was bad. 27.
Oh, you thought it was an 8 plus 9? Alright, 27? Alright, you begin to stealth.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into longbow range. Basically.
Okay. So, as you begin to stealth down, the rest of the party, what are you doing as you see him just starts to slowly begin to move?
Well, since the main thing that seems to be of relevance is the glowing thing, the glowing rock. We'll also try approaching it. I'm gonna try staying away from Marius, so to not give him away.
Okay, he's going down the main pathway, just so you're aware.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna go fly onto the ledge repeatedly.
Okay, so you're gonna start to fly and trickle down. All right, how
Yeah.
close to the rock are you getting?
I'm gonna as in close to that rock. I'm gonna stay about. I'll say about 120 feet away from it.
Okay, and the rest of the party. Gesh, Zeus, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna follow. Sorry, the guy going down the main path.
Marius? All right.
Yes.
Can't really see him because he's stealthing.
Right.
You can see him. You can see him. I'm just fucking with you. He's your party member. So as you're following him, not stealthing,
I would like to stealth.
make me a stealth check.
Let's see what the stealth check's like.
Oh, hey, quick one, DM. How
Yeah.
are you ruling longbows for finesse weapons? Can
That's-
they also be used with strength?
They are not finesse weapons, are they?
There
Those
are.
are a ranged
No.
weapon. The
They're-
finesse property is for
yeah.
melee weapons.
So I allow sneak attack on ranged weapons because they use dexterity specifically. So it's considered technical finesse. But no, you cannot use strength
sneak
with them. No.
Sneak attack specifies ranged or
Yeah,
finesse.
you know what I mean, though. Yeah. So the weapon cannot be used with your strength. No. So as you begin to
Yeah, no,
start-
I've had it ruled a couple of different ways, so I needed to check.
No problem. There may be a time in the future where I will do that, but I don't know. But as you begin to start to step down, you're starting to pull your longbow out. You're about 450 feet from the bottom, you assume. And as you're starting to get down, you're starting to pull out your longbow, and you just watch as stealthing behind you, suddenly, Velis slips
Yeah.
and starts to fall 450 feet. Velis, you see a few more of these
How
bridges
far
that
away
move
from
left
you
and right.
is
You see a few more of these bridges that span the gap. Would you like to try and grab onto one of them?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's. What am I using to grab this?
Acrobatics check, fucker. Anybody else want to do anything before he rolls? Before he rolls.
How far away is he?
He's already moved about 300 feet down the fucking tunnel. So you
Yeah,
would
so
be
I don't
about
think I can get him.
yeah, you would be probably keeping pace with them, but you're not stealthing, by the way. So you're about like 100 feet above them, I would say, probably shadowy.
Yeah, I think he's a bit too far away from my bardic inspiration to help him.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
No, there's nothing I can do. I don't even have a grappling hook to shoot at him.
Zeus, you grab on and you land on one of these rails, and you're like, oh god! It falls underneath your weight. You hit another one. You just keep hitting them on the way down. You do suffer.
Fellas, no!
20 points of bludgeoning damage as you land 10 feet away from the glowing rock. Prone. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. What sucks too is I can't go get like my physical dice now. Alright, con check, I'll add it afterward. 17, finally.
Okay. 17. You break your left arm. It snaps underneath you. And as you pull up, you look, and it's just a noodle. Roll me a wisdom save.
Sure. Why not? Let's just add. Let's just keep rolling the things I'm terrible at.
Yeah, let's keep doing it.
This has a +1 to it. 18.
You
There you
managed
go.
not to scream in case there are any enemies in here. I mean, the noise you made coming down probably alerted them, but you managed to... Basically.
I can't.
Anyways, rest of the group, as you watch this heading down, because the supports are being broken on the way down, You see a few of the ledges going down start to crumble. Marius, as you're like, fucking dumbass, you turn to your left and you see a familiar symbol. The symbol of one of the research team members. The weird part about it is their body is halfway melded into the stone wall. As they seem frightened, almost running forward, their body is just halfway in it. And it's rotting in front of you. As you see this, and the rest of the group hears and sees Marius just like, what the fuck? You see the pulse stops, and the rock begins to glow yellow. Zeus, make me a wisdom saving throw, as this seems to almost hypnotize you for a second.
Alright, 1d20. It has +1 to it. Let's see. 17.
17. You managed to... I'll say this. It looks like gold. Does Velus's greed get the best of him, or no? It's your choice whether to fail or succeed.
Ooh, is he greedy? It's a part of the reason why he's adventuring.
So, what do you
I'll
do?
say
You see this
sure.
15-foot tall lump of gold that's glowing.
Yes.
Alright. So you guys watch as Marius, you're like, holy shit, you look at this thing and it's just fucking creeping you out. And then you're about to do something and you look down and see Velus stand up and go to reach towards the big rock. Do you guys do anything while Velus is... He's about... I'll say at this point you guys have moved down a bit more. You're about within 300 feet of the big rock.
I guess I could yell, because I guess that Marius might not want to yell to not give away his position, but I could yell, Velos, what the fuck are you doing? Stop reaching for the creepy rock.
Gesh, what are you doing?
What?
I probably can't do anything because I'm probably about a few hundred feet away.
Yeah. So, as he shouts this out, Velos, in the back of your mind, you hear it, but shiny gold. And you guys watch.
It's the whole reason.
As Velos says this, he touches the rock, and everything glows, everything shakes, and you all fall. As every single piece of the ledges you were climbing down falls. The stalactites from the ceiling begin to rain down as all of you hit the ground at the very bottom. You don't take any damage from the fall, because the earth almost seems to move like a pool. As you all hit, it almost feels like you land on mud, and you all begin to stand up. As you watch Velos looking at this large rock, and the large rock cracks open, and this large blade of just pure iron stabs into Velos. Velos. I'm gonna roll to see, because yeah, I'm gonna see. Velos, what's your AC?
My AC
Yeah.
is a tight 15.
Fucking hits you by 1. Velos, as you reach up and touch it, you're like, beautiful. And then suddenly a blade is just straight through your stomach, this like great sword sized blade. And you look down as you suffer 15 points of slashing damage. As the rock begins to burst open, and you see stepping out this large 10-foot elemental creature made of just pure iron. Its body seems to almost mold and move to shift into different types. As it stares and it lets out a grinding screech of metal upon metal. As you all hear this, you pull your hands up to your ears and you stare at this creature. And that's where we're ending the session.
Okay.
Then, do you remember what I said before we went to the